Man, we just lost everybody. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. I was live, and then what happened was it disconnected for a second, and when I went to, reconnect, I hit the end button by accident. Yeah, sorry about that. It disconnected, and then I hit the wrong button. Hopefully, we'll get everybody. You guys see William's favorite robot? You know that these things all have cameras, right? And I think the police have asked for footage before, because those things are basically like roving surveillance cameras. Huh. Man, I can't believe I ended the live like that. There was like almost 100 people in here. Oh well. Oh boy. Does anyone ever try to rob the robots? Yeah, I think people have. I think those things there's a pretty decent amount of security like on the robot, and then obviously it's recording, so plus like in terms of the robbery, like you're gonna get like a pizza or something, right? Because there's no money on those things, right? It's all electronic, so it's probably considered kind of a waste, I guess. I think it's more like people try to vandalize the robots, that kind of thing. Yeah, test center is pretty much, look how barren it is. There used to be a lot of people out there, remember that? Yeah, it's over there for sure. Look, wow. It's a nice sky though. Yeah, I don't know how long the food delivery robots take. I've never used one or received food from one. I'm not sure what services use that or how that works exactly. Good took care of it, yeah. Yes, he did.
¿Qué onda? ¿Trabaja, amigo? ¿Por qué trabajar, hombre?
I know that the Waymos are now delivering. So like if you order from like Uber Eats or whatever, it's possible it might come in a driverless car. Like the Waymo pulls up, and I guess like you have a code and you get it out of a trunk or something. Oh, sorry, bud. Wow, that's scary. Yeah, so on the public records thing, yeah, Posobiec served in naval intelligence. The best part about those records, if you look carefully, is that he was the urinalysis officer at one point. He also served at Guantanamo Bay for a bit.
You can see the vibes, real vibes, I got a lot to offer. I smoke a microphone like a bag of the marijuana. Oh yeah, you see the lies going in and Ghana. Each and every minute, man, I'm about to tap into my product. This is how I gotta feel, appreciate the invitation. But when I'm on the corner, man, my heart is really racing. Hey, see the vibe I'm rapping through. He got the head on his corner like Andre Wu. When I'm holding him, I see you on walking through. This is what it is, and what I really got to do.
Yeah, I'll comment on that in a second if this light ever changes. You said free Derek Chauvin? Brother, that guy is never getting out of prison. Ever. So enjoy. Nor should he. I hope he dies in there. That guy is never getting out. On the Pasobic thing. Yeah, 2018 does seem like it was pretty recently. I don't know if it was ever clear, but it's almost certain that he likely lost his security clearance as a result of what was called the Macron leaks, which was he pushed this disinformation campaign, I think during an election in France, and where it eventually got back to the Navy about that. He also, in true, they call him Bumblejack, by the way, which is a longer story about how he got caught cheating on his wife on the Bumble dating app. He pushed the Macron leaks, you know, trying to basically influence the French election, but Bumblejack wasn't aware that in France they cut off social media before an election. So things like that can't influence people. So it had no effect whatsoever. Classic. We'll go up here, see if they have any new like exhibitions or anything. There's nothing new up here. All right. I'll come back. That's kind of cool. Oh, it said like it thanked the first responders for the fires. You said Guantanamo still has 16 people? Wow. Yeah, a lot of this country's descent took place around that time. I actually think a major. Oh, that's nice. They have a first responders thing over here too. I think a lot of it happened when Nixon was pardoned. That was, I think, the beginning of, by letting a criminal go free. That set the stage for what's going to happen. What's happening now. Because they let a criminal go free by gaslighting the American public that people needed to move on, but that's never it. It's just that powerful people are afraid. They're afraid of what can happen if someone's held accountable, and they're afraid of losing money and all that other stuff. If you watch the Oscars, you like how I could just seamlessly move between these two topics. The Oscars, you know, this thing right here, the stairs. Bushi said the colors are showing up gray right now. It's 1 a.m. and pitch black in Glasgow. Awesome. Yeah, I was just in Ireland. I was there in December. It was awesome. I have not been to Scotland yet, but I'm going to go for sure. Yeah, I had a really good time in Ireland. It's a great country. So yeah, if you've seen the Oscars, you know, they usually will show this stairwell. This is cool too. This is the government of Japan actually pays for this museum, and it's an art museum, and it's really nice. I forgot Mark Felt was convicted. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, I think Felt, like many whistleblowers, many people had his own reasons too for what he did, but it ended up helping the country, obviously, you know, that he was a source for Woodward and Bernstein. But yeah, he had, I think, anger over, what was it, like not being promoted or something like that? Those things happen. I've got a lot of stories, whistleblower stories, in that kind of stories like that. Sorry. Oh, this is cool. So I'm early enough we could actually look at this for once. So this is where the most famous people get their names sort of on the Walk of Fame. Like it looks a little different than the star. But if you're super famous, your name is here. Humphrey Bogart. Wow, 1949, Richard Widmark. Shirley Temple. Will Smith doesn't have the best Oscar history, but when he made this, that was before. No one knew what was going to happen. It's kind of ironic they have his hand here, huh? I mean, they do that for everybody, but you just got to laugh. He said he should have had only one handprint. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Oh, here's Harold Lloyd, one of the great silent film stars and an incredible athlete. He did all those stunts himself. If you guys aren't sure who that is, if you've ever seen a famous silent movie image of a man hanging from a clock, I'm pretty sure that's Harold Lloyd. Did David Lynch ever sign the sidewalk? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm sure he has a star here somewhere, for sure, but I don't know. Kevin Costner, John Goodman, Ben Stiller. So these people were all saying to Sid Grauman, because that's what the theater used to be called. I guess he owned it or whatever. I can't remember. Oh, I think this is Jim Carrey. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want. Oh, Michael Keaton. Jack Nicholson. Love that. I hope he's okay. I think he's been retired for some time. Yeah, this is cool. I don't come down here that much. This is Jean Harlow. Chinatown is definitely relevant right now. What else is here? Oh, Steven Spielberg. Hell yeah. Yeah, they put him in the front, and he got a huge, they gave him a huge area. Understandable. I wonder if he's the most successful, like commercially successful director of all time. I would guess that he might be. Star Wars. Harrison Ford. John Woo. Yeah, that's a good question. Where's Stanley Kubrick? It's a really good question. There's probably like I'm sure somebody's written up like a map somewhere on the internet that probably says where every star is, or I think the official website might even. I didn't really. Humphrey Bogart wrote, "Sid, may you never die till I kill you." That's great. So Jack Lemmon has this and an actual star too. I guess this is reserved for like, you know, the top people. Warren Beatty, Steven Seagal. Wait, Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal is next to Warren. Steven Seagal has a thing here at all? The guy hasn't made a movie in like 38 years. He only had one hit, right? Like only, I mean, he really only had one real hit, right? One or two? I think he lives in Russia now. If you guys want to laugh, just Google Steven Seagal and SNL. There's a lot of hilarious stories by cast members and the writers about when he hosted SNL. He's generally considered to be the worst person who's ever hosted, I think. The stories are incredible. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised about that. Hugh Jackman, Christopher Walken. Hell yeah. Adam said they don't even replay that SNL. Yeah. Yeah, we got to find a way to get that. It's got to be somewhere. Like. Robert Downey Jr. right at the front. That's cool. I like this. I think that's Burt Reynolds. He said, "To the public who made this all possible." Yeah. See, that's it right there. That's somebody who gets it. In this business, it is the public that makes it possible, for sure. In fact, in the beginning, as when cinema started, actors were, first of all, it was considered like a joke, basically, like kind of like the way television was considered up until maybe this golden age that we've come into after shows like The Sopranos. But movies were considered like a joke, and actors, like, no one thought that anyone would be interested in a specific actor. And then they started to notice that all of a sudden people would come to the theater when a certain actor was in the movie, and that's how the whole thing started. See, like as a writer too, and I act and do a lot of stuff. Stallone, like, was one of my heroes growing up. I'm like not super happy to see some of the people he embraces now. It's kind of like a bummer, because Rocky was about. I was actually thinking about writing a longer piece about this, because Rocky was about the underdog, and Donald Trump is literally the opposite of that. He's just garbage. So to see the person who created this iconic character and literally embrace the bully is so profoundly sad to me. It's like if the movie was about the gangster that he worked for. Who was that, Joe Spinell? Really sad. Yeah, I think that was most of them. Don Amiche. All right, let me keep walking. That was super cool. I gotta do that again. No, thank you. Yeah, Arnold was there. Yeah, we saw Arnold for a second. If you go back on the stream later, you'll definitely see it. The Governator, as some people called him out here.
What's up, dudes? If you need a souvenir at any point, all $5 in there, okay?
It's safe to walk around here right now. However, there is unfortunately, there's another critical wind alert that's going to start tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. After this, I think I'm going to pick up a few things, just to be safe. I had to evacuate last time, but I was very lucky, unlike a lot of other people who have not been as lucky. So this is like the best souvenir store. If you do come to LA and you need a gift, just like this is where you would go. 7,000 block, Hollywood Boulevard. This area is pretty safe. Who would buy a stroller at a souvenir store? Or is that just for the kids? Like I am I missing something? Maybe because I don't have kids, I don't know what the protocol is exactly. It seemed like they were selling those strollers. Hollywood will be okay. Hollywood will be okay. Oh, Katie Seagal, legend. Sons of Anarchy, obviously Married with Children. I wonder if Married with Children still holds up, you know? Society changes. I mean, it was a satirical show, obviously, about a family, but even at that time, it kind of pushed the envelope. I'd be interested to know. James Woods. Yeah, nobody can stop Hollywood because, as my father once accurately said when he was out here, we were walking around, this is America's greatest export. You know, like everybody makes fun of it, and especially certain political groups love to trash it. But the movies and television, you know, change the world and like influence people in profound ways. That's why everybody wants to be in this business, you know? So I don't think anything could ever beat this city down. I mean, it's been through a lot. I think we'll be okay. I'm not sure what the policy is on, to answer your question about filming and like the wax. I mean, I think a lot of these places you could probably like, you know, as long as the whole thing about it and you film like I'm doing here vertically, probably could. If you come in with a whole setup, you know, then they might be like, wait, but you know, they're obviously used to people taking pictures. I mean, I'm open to doing those things too. You know. So over here, the Scientology building, that's where the power cuts out. Remember that happened a couple times? Like it doesn't cut out anywhere else, and you walk past there, it just cuts out. In front of Abel. But yeah, there's a lot more people out here. If you look at some of the streams from a couple weeks ago, you know, you saw it was dead. It was nothing. Yeah, I was in the movie theater a couple weeks ago. I saw Gladiator 2 with my friend. So I went in there, and actually I meant to do a video about this too. Because I went in there and everybody was like, oh, it's just like... Bro, did the signal really just go out? That's crazy. It just went out again. Yeah, incredible. What I was saying before I was rudely interrupted was Gladiator 2 was awesome. I definitely recommend it. I mean, I'm gonna go further. I'll just be honest. I thought it was better than the first one. I do. And the main actor in it, Paul Mescal, was awesome. All right. Start walking back this way. Because we went into the movie, hopefully it won't go out again. We went into the movie and I was like, okay, you know, this will be like, I'm sure it'll be entertaining at least. And then in the middle, I looked at my friend, I was like, yo, is this better than the original? And he was like, yeah. It's also super political, which I think the reviewers obviously didn't understand. And when you see it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. There's for sure a commentary about the United States in that movie. Yeah, like people were just like said it was terrible. I was like, I just completely feel the opposite way. I thought it was great. The main actor, who I wasn't super familiar with, is also just a natural, just like a film actor for sure, right? Just has that quality, where someone could say a lot by saying very little. Denzel was great. Really good. I mean, everybody was good in that movie. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Our economy has been really badly hurt by the fires, obviously. Like when people down here can't make a living, I mean, like anywhere, obviously, but we depend on people visiting the city in ways that other cities don't as much. Like, I think, like tourism is huge. Pedro Pascal was really good. Oh, Chuck Norris. I'm a pretty big Chuck. Like I'm like stuttering now. I'm a huge martial arts fan. It's just in general. I've always been a fan of Chuck Norris. Obviously, like I'm not like really much a fan of his politics, but I'm like a huge fan of the man. You know what I mean? He's actually got a really interesting life story, a compelling life story, and my martial arts teacher when I was growing up in high school, he actually he was a competitor at the top level, and he actually he fought Chuck Norris more than once and he lost. So he lost him. He was a great guy. Oh, it went out again? Damn. I was telling the story about my martial arts teacher in high school. I can't believe that went out. Oh, is this the store? I forget. I think I told this story. No, this wasn't it. Or maybe it was. One of these stores I had to run into when I was covering a protest and the Proud Boys started chasing me down the block. And unfortunately there was a few more of them. So I ducked into this baby store, which was just the most bizarre experience. Yeah, it was pretty weird. So what I was saying, if you missed it, was that, maybe this was the store. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. I was saying my martial arts teacher in high school had a photo on the wall of the dojo of himself getting kicked in the face by Chuck Norris at a tournament. And he just thought it was kind of funny. It was like his sense of humor. It's possible the fire is affecting the signal. I mean, because it's affected. That is possible. Wow, that's like the whole setup. That's like the influencer setup. If we get this channel going, I'm gonna pick up more gear like that. Imagine me with that big ring light, what we could do. Yeah, there's a lot of people out here. I'm happy to see this. I'm very happy to see this. Oh, this place is good too. Ghirardelli. I kind of wanted to stop in there actually, but I got to go back. Check this out. Is that a Cybertruck? Does your child want to ride around in a pink Cybertruck? Come to this area. There's no shortage of content here. I think we all know that. A pink Cybertruck. Oh, if you want a real laugh, I think I put it up on. If you check on my Blue Sky account, you just look for my name. This morning I was walking past the theater called the Montalban Theater, named after Ricardo Montalban. There's a police car parked in front of the theater that's like decommissioned, a foreign police car. And on the side, somebody painted GTA 5. It's hilarious. Maybe I could find the picture. Yeah, I think I could find it. How hilarious is that? It's just parked out there. Like, I don't even know what the deal is. I love that game. I love all the games. San Andreas. I've done some serious damage too. I'm a wanted criminal in the video game world. Done a lot of bad stuff. Let's see if the signal goes out here again. I'm just gonna, like, I'm walking past it. I'm not gonna stay. I'm just curious. Yeah, I heard Elon was like, had something going on with video games. Something to be the champ. Something sketchy. This place is dead, dude. There's nothing out here. Except for that license plate reader. Look at all that. Just like any normal church that has a total surveillance state. Completely normal. Completely normal. I know Jessica. I've never done a vlog with her, but I actually want to have her on the channel sometime, do a sit-down interview more. Though I think you've probably seen me once or twice on some of the streams, you know. But, so I'm an investigative reporter. I wrote about Scientology. And then when the whole thing started with the streaming, that was my friend who started it. That was William Good. And so I started coming out and just, you know, hanging out a little bit. And so that's how I met Jessica. Yeah, there's a stream a while, like we all piled into Jessica's car. I was in like that, I'm kind of tall. I don't know if you guys remember that stream, but it was comical just looking at me trying to fit there. Yeah, Streets and I have known each other since we kind of embarked on our respective paths. He started in 2020. Doing what he does as a cop watcher. And I started around that time. First I was doing photography, and then I began, you know, actually doing reporting. So that's how we met. So go on the channel. I just interviewed him a couple weeks ago. It was a lot of fun. You know, please subscribe to this channel if you like the content, because we had a really good conversation. Appreciate it, Mr. Tills. Thanks for subscribing. So what I reported on, which when I was fleeing the fires, I told this story. One of the things I grabbed was the 2-page letter that I got from the Church of Scientology when I published my stories about them. The only people to ever write me a 2-page letter. No one else has ever done that.
And it's good too. It's really good too.
Appreciate that. Glad you enjoyed the interview. It's a lot of fun.
Try the place right here on the left.
I'm trying to do one every week. I just, oh man, I don't know. The fires obviously made it impossible. I just need to get a set schedule and just stick with it. I wonder who else is live right now. I always like see what people are up to. Oh, here's a robot. Is that that's the same one? Should we bully it like William does? I'm not good at that. Crazy. Quite a world. So many people have nothing. They barely get by, and then you have a robot that's delivering food. A society can't exist like this. We can't go on like this. It's not possible. This is an escape room. You can't have a society with this disparity in wealth. Historically, it just doesn't work. Eventually, it just doesn't work. Yeah, the fires have been bad. We have like I was saying earlier, I don't know if all you guys are in the stream, but there's a major wind event tomorrow, so we're hoping it's not as bad, but right now they're saying it's very similar, if not almost identical, to the wind that preceded the fires. So let's hope. They also said it can change, so let's just hope. I'm pretty stoked. I think we're about to hit the monetization thing, and as you've heard me talk about, like the more money we bring in, the more kind of like stuff we can do. So I'm pretty happy about that. I think it actually might be after this video. I'm not sure, but you need 4,000 watch hours, and we're almost there. We're at like 3,700. So I think that's pretty cool. That's cool. You know, it'll help with the content. We'll see. Let's see. Yes, smash that like, please. Thank you. Thank you, unapologetically me. Absolutely. The Hustler Hollywood store. I was gonna make a joke about the outfits like I did before, but I don't see any. Well, maybe then the next trip. Oh, that's a guy right there. I think they have a mannequin, one guy mannequin, I think. What do you guys think? Message we in LA, ask if I could pull off the gold shirt. I feel like I might be able to. Alex Trebek. Very cool. Anyone a fan of The Shield? The FX show? That's a great show. That show is wild. It's amazing they were able to pull some of that off on television. Do street vendors have to get permits? I think technically they're supposed to, but we love the vendors out here, you know what I mean? It's one of these things where it's like, it's such an integral part of life out here. So basically, like, more or less, there's kind of a long answer there. Like the food trucks, you know, have to pass the same kind of inspections as any restaurant and that kind of stuff. But the other vendors, you know, I mean, it's like people are just trying to make a living. I think they are supposed to have something, but most of the time nobody says anything. Usually if the cops crack down on that, it's always like it's usually a disaster public relations wise, right? Because everybody's like, why are you hassling? You know, we love the vendors out here. But yeah, like technically, I think you might be supposed to. I honestly, I don't know. You know who would know that is William Good would know that. Unfortunately, though, they're targets for extortion, and like criminal gangs will target those people all the time. You know, it's really shameful, but that's what those kinds of gangs do. You know, it's always been that way. Every mafia-like organization in any part of the world since the beginning of time has always kind of like targeted people that they think they can rob and get away with. You know. Lucky Luciano, Meyer Lansky, those original gangsters. That's how they got started, was targeting vendors, like people just like that. That's been good. Glad I got the stream going again. I was bummed when it cut off there for a second. The life exhibition. They bought all these beautiful buildings. Just ruining people's lives. Just ruining their life. Wreckage organization. Come to Cantinas and take a shot, sure. If you're buying. was a fair amount of walking.
Pues no sé, estoy mirando solo las estrellas.
All right, y'all. I gotta go. Stay safe, and tomorrow it's highly likely I'll be live if I can from the Inauguration Day protest in downtown Los Angeles. If not, I'll be on my Twitter or on Blue Sky. So my Twitter is Eric Levai, spelled the same as, on this channel, ERICLEVAI. You can subscribe to my Substack if you like independent reporting. You can follow me on Twitter, Blue Sky. Yeah, I guess that's it. Be well.
Grandma see it?